You're watching Homebrew, hosted by Big Secu at secu.com.
Hello, greetings and salutations. Here I am in my brew shed. It progresses. So I've managed to complete the, complete this part of it anyway. So I've got a couple of 1000mm, 1 metre kitchen units. Two of them across the back there. Got a 2 metre worktop. Got that in there. Got a couple of other kitchen units over here. We'll see what I can do with them as well. I'm already thinking this part here, I'm going to make it my fermentation chamber. Maybe get some styrofoam, polystyrene stuff and line it. And obviously I'll be getting doors for both sides of this. This side, I'm really thinking either general storage, probably general storage, or in the short term maybe just beer storage. And then up here I've got my worktop. I'm going to have to get a bit of plywood or something to go from here to here, because there's now a space down the back, and if I drop anything I'll have to fuck around underneath there to get it back. I can't be bothered with that. So I'll just need to nail something up there to stop that happening. Yeah, but at the minute I've got the guys coming round that fitted the shed next week, because there's a bit of movement in the floor that I'm not really sure should be there, but I don't think that'll be a big fix. So today I'm brewing a low alcohol brew. I'm aiming for 2.5%, because really, to try and shift weight as I have been doing for Christ knows in a day now, I love beer, so I'm going to try and brew a lower alcohol one instead of buying it out the shops. Let's have a look around in Big Secu's brew shed. Oh, well, I've got various tools and brew related stuff. Oh, there's the birthday present I got from my friend Eleanor to go in my brew shed. Over here we've got some ingredients, a whole big bag of various types of hops, and we've got, oh look, Carafa, packed for James Thacker. I've already used that, we'll see that in a second. Got some chocolate malt, some special B, a tiny bit of brown, and as well as all of that, look at this. Yeast. Nottingham, Windsor, oh, I've got some mountains, 04, 05, bit of a selection. Yeah, got some yeast from Jeff at Yakima recently, along with some hop shots that are in my fridge that I'll show you briefly. Oh, we're approaching temperature on the mash. Excuse me, dog. Here we are. I'm going to be adding, so the mash temp is going to be starting out with 73.3 for 68.9. There you go, that's the recipe I'm going to be trying out. I've added a bit of crystal as well, 100 grams, for a bit extra colour and flavour. You're probably thinking, what's the deal with your hairdo, right? Yeah. I was playing a joke on the wife. Didn't work as well as I thought it did. Them's the breaks. Brew in a bag. Here we are. Lovely big bag. Goes all the way around the room of the boiler. So I'm going to put these grains in now. I wouldn't normally use a big red bowl because I wouldn't normally have far more grains than this bowl could handle. I would use a fermenter or something. But for the purposes of this, no problem. Now as they mashed in at 73, and we're now 70.6 and climbing, usually you'd want to try and get that down to where it said on the Beersmith file, and it said 68.9 here. But obviously in this case, I'm actually trying to make a beer that is lower in alcohol. So you're looking more for body than alcohol. So higher mash temp's fine. Boom. So we're now mashing for an hour at 70.5. Might lose, you know, a few points of a degree, but that's not a big issue. So 60 minutes later and the mash is done on this 2.5% brew. I've been out in the meantime. I got myself some micro noodles and a goblin steak and gravy pudding. Classy brew day eats. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain my grains from the brew in a bag and I'm going to get the wort boiling. If this was a larger grain bed, I might actually drain it off into the no-chill cube to make it easier to pull this out, but because this is only a couple of kilos of grain, should manage no problem. Going to drain this quickly. Right, that'll do. Now, because I screwed up my last low alcohol brew, I'm going to use a new technique this time that I've never used before, called first wort hops. That's when you put hops in, not when the boil starts, but when you start to heat the wort for the boil. I'm just going to do that now. Here's my 4 ramekins of hops. Each of them contains 5 grams of experimental lemon zest hops from Yakima Valley hops. It's not a new hop variety, it's a mixture. Anyway, here we go. First hops into the wort, and the kettle is on. In the meantime, I'm going to have some micro noodles, as you saw, and we're going to revisit the previous low alcohol beer that I did, that I've got sitting right here, because I managed to save it. And there you have it. So I don't know if you remember, but the last time I tried a low alcohol beer, I put in quite a minimal amount of malt, but I put an absolute mountain of hops in. Far too much hops, not enough malt, sweetness to balance it off. Came out just tasting like a big bitter soup. It was horrible. So what I did was, took a mild kit, one of the cans, and I emptied that out, put it into the... took a mild kit, one of the cans, emptied that out, put it into the mix, mixed it all up. That's why it looks like that rather than pale ale. But I've left that for about 6 months, maybe even slightly longer. And you know what? It's pretty good now. Noodles time. Well, I'm now finished. I'll show you my beer, hold on. So there's the no chill cube. I got about 20 litres, and according to my grav test, I've hit 1028. Now with the Beersmith file I was aiming for 1027, so that's pretty good. So I'm going to leave that to cool in the no chill cube overnight, and then tomorrow when I get back from work I'll pitch it along with some SO4, USO4, Safali SO4. Safali? I'm going on safari. Safari. Hello, my name's Sean Connery. Would you like to come on safari with me? So last weekend I made up the Black IPA, Brewmaster Ben's Black IPA, with the ingredients sent to me by Mr. Jamie Thacker. Thank you once again, mate. And I'm just about to dry hop it because it's right there. Look. There she blows. Yeah, see? 20 litres of Black IPA. Already had a bit of a taste and it's tasting good. It's come out at 6.7%. Yummy. So I've got some Centennial and some Columbus here. And I'm going to dry hop it after I've racked it. And I mentioned these earlier, look. Hop shots. Oh. So, there you are. There's a hop shot. What is a hop shot if you don't know? It's hop extract, CO2 extract, i.e. the extract has been arrived at by process of using CO2 to kind of push it out of the hops. Yeah, so there it is. And if you remember, I did way back when Big Q visits Brewdog. Brewdog actually put some of that into their Punk IPA. Yeah, they do. They use extract of hops. I'm going to continue with my all grain. Practically every weekend I'm doing an all grain brew now. So, what else? What am I going to be doing? What's coming up in the future? Well, I'm going to be sweating. Oh, yeah, I mentioned this earlier. So last night, I thought I'd test out Mrs. Secu, and I went upstairs and I cut a couple of big channels in my hair to see if she'd notice. And she didn't let on that she noticed. I put it on Facebook, a picture of me, saying I was going to see how long it took her to find out, or to notice rather. And she didn't let on and she didn't let on. But she noticed. She noticed. And this morning I did these two. Just to upgrade it. The upgrade. Crazy Secu. Crazy. I'll let you know how the low alcohol beer goes, guys. I'm hoping it turns out well. I know this has already turned out well. It could only get better, the black IPA, with some dry hopping. So thank you once again for that, Jamie. Brilliant stuff. And also, the crystal that you gave me, Jamie, as well as the carapils, I've just used them again, because obviously there was more than I needed to make that beer. I've just used them again for the low alcohol one there. And I've still got crystal left. Carapils especially for the low alcohol one, put 400 grams of that in, because that's body brew. Loads of body you're looking for, not much alcohol. Alcohol's the fat bit. Flavour and body and taste, not alcohol. Which is a shame. But, you know, needs must. See you next time.